right side. Newell's in the clear, Everton lead. And what a success story in Everton colours it's turning out to be. A new scoreboard and a new striker, giving it plenty of work to do in registering goals to his name. Mike Newell scores at Goodison Park for the third home game in a row. Away by Ratcliffe. Newell won it fairly from Donaghy, and Pat Nevin is onside. Pallister's making up the ground, but Pat Nevin has produced a delightful finish. And inside 2 minutes in the second half, Everton celebrate a goal that was rounded off with real imagination by a player who has that quality in abundance. He just lifted it over the on-rushing Jim Leighton. Phelan. Whiteside has stayed down. Great play by Mike Newell. That's Nevin's cross, sharp! A goal of real First Division pedigree. Nevin found by Newell and sharp in turn, picked out by the cross. The ball to the far post will always work if it's well delivered, and you've got a brave forward on the end of it. Phelan. Duxbury. Hughes and McClare still making their runs up front, and Brian McClare has got one back. And Manchester United, to their credit, have kept heads high after conceding 2 goals in quick succession at the start of the second half to go 3 down. On through past Hughes for McClare, and it's back to 3-1. Clive Anderson would add to Manchester United's strength in the air. Bruce. Oh! It's another one back. And it's Beardsmore. Fantastic recovery by Manchester United. Bruce played his part, and Beardsmore lashed it past Southall on the run. Newell Anderson was pushing Mike Newell. Ray Lewis pointed for the penalty, and this was the incident. So Kevin Sheedy has the job of scoring from the spot and giving Everton a win which looked certain at 3-0. At 3-2 it's a pressure penalty, and Leighton has not only stopped it, he's held it.
It took Coventry 106 years to get to the top. Millwall ended their reign after just 44 seconds. Coventry's reputation built on defence, surprisingly sloppy all afternoon. Teddy Sheringham making capital on that occasion. And it was Sheringham again in the 14th minute from the free kick. Steve Grizovic, presumably unsighted. There is more to come before the interval 2. Tony Cascarino in possession on the right, and flighting a lovely cross to the far post for Steve Antrobus to record his second goal of the season. David Speedy, booked in the first half, came out in the goalkeeper's jersey for the second. Steve Grizovic couldn't continue after colliding with a goalpost. Coventry reduced the deficit on the hour. David Smith, whose goal had taken them to the top of the First Division 10 days earlier, scoring again. We're in the last minute now. Les Briley waiting for support. It arrives in the shape of fullback Ian Dawes. Speedy calls it wide. It was in. Millwall 4, Coventry City 1.
Dickens. Clive Wilson. Not quite settled yet, Chelsea. Chapman got in ahead of Lee. Oh, and look at that! Forrest in front. A real opportunist goal by Lee Chapman. Corner kick. Chelsea one down. Nicholas to take it. Foster's header. Dickens' header. Foster's header, not a good one. Jury, that'll do. 1-1. Promise of a goal in this second half. Nicholas. Dixon, it's there. There is the goal. And Forrest can't pretend that it hasn't been coming. Here's Pearce again. Parker. Oh, Roberts' mistake. Pearce. Chapman. Oh, would you believe it? 5 minutes left to play. Lee Chapman poaches an equaliser.
Arsenal against Sheffield Wednesday. The champions in need of a morale booster. Who better to provide it than Wednesday? Paul Merson's first goal of the season, 22 minutes. Arsenal had to wait until the second half for their second, 54 minutes to be precise. Tony Adams, after Merson's initial shot, had been blocked by Turner. 3 goals in a 10-minute spell followed. Wednesday succumbing, battered and beleaguered. Brian Marwood applying the final touch for his second goal of the season. Kevin Richardson on the ball, running through unhindered, going on and on, charging through the middle to apply the finish. A certain Michael Thomas is becoming a party piece. Well, last season's top scorer Alan Smith has had a lean start this time around, but he's up and away now. The 14th goal conceded by Wednesday, 5 games gone.
Liverpool sent a chilling message to the rest of the First Division at Derby. Steve McMahon robbing Paul Blades. They're queuing up waiting for the cross. Beardsley strike. Shilton got a hand to it. Ian Rush on hand to turn in the rebound. Rush's first goal of the season. Rush back in the groove, turned provider for the second. A lovely dummy. Mark Wright bought it. Beardsley's on his way. A little shimmy. No question about the penalty award. John Barnes has assumed the responsibilities in the absence of Aldridge. 2-0. And Liverpool underlined their superiority in the final minutes. Rush, again the provider. Beardsley, again on his way, and this time getting his reward for a busy afternoon's work. Derby 0, Liverpool 3.
Aston Villa Spurs, a colourful match, not that you know from these pictures, a technical hitch. In terms of technique, Villa had the edge. Ian Olney scoring after 9 minutes. It was his first full game of the season after 4 appearances as substitute. He made his point and Villa secured both points thanks to Olney's second 16 minutes later. 2-0, Villa's first home win.
Manchester City fans have been patiently waiting for Clive Allen to score his first goal for the club since returning from France. It came against the team where it all started, Queen's Park Rangers, a typical Allen strike. That's how it finished, 1-0.
Crystal Palace, Wimbledon, both sides looking for their first win, but signs that Palace are beginning to adjust to life at the top. Jeff Thomas, somewhat fortuitously, 20 minutes gone, 1-0 Palace. Their only other goal of the season was scored by Ian Wright against Manchester United in the opening week. Here he goes again, beautifully past Sagers. 2-0, the game beyond Wimbledon.
Luton and Roy Wegerle in particular took on Charlton. Delightful 1-2. He would have scored surely, but Mark Reed intervened. Complaints but no doubt about the penalty. Skipper Danny Wilson stepped up to record Luton's first win of the season from the spot. 1-0 Luton.
Southampton looking for their second away win of the season, Norwich for their first at home. Paul Rideout, thumping header, 1-0 to the visitors. Well, Norwich's home form hasn't been impressive for over 12 months, probably cost them the championship last season. Impressive? That certainly was Robert Rosario. No wonder they resisted Manchester City's efforts to sign him. Danny Wallace on the wing, the possible target for Manchester United. Mind you, who isn't? Brother Rod, 2-1. The score by which Southampton recorded their away win at Manchester City. 2 goals by Danny on that night. Well, it certainly helps having Big Brother around, but Rod is perfectly capable of flying solo. His left foot, trustier than Gunn's left hand. But Norwich weren't done for. Robert Fleck to Dale Gordon. A cross tailor-made for Rosario. At least that's what Southampton probably thought. Tim Sherwood's diving header pulling one back. 3-2. Now, re-enter Rideout. He once scored bringing schoolboys against Scotland from twice this range. Spectacular stuff, isn't it? Well, Norwich had brought Ian Crook on as substitute. His cross was headed firmly by Rosario, but a flick by Fleck on the line, and he was later credited with the goal. 4-3. Crook again, no denying Rosario this time. Terrific climax, 8 goals in all. They deserve more than a point each for that.